Good afternoon, students. In the previous class, we have discussed about analysis of Rankine cycle, and we have done one problem also. Actually, in the previous class, whatever cycle we have discussed, that is an ideal cycle. Ideal cycle means all the processes are assumed to be reversible, and at every point of the process, the system is in equilibrium, and the working fluid will be behaving like an ideal gas. But in practice, it will not be so. The actual cycle will be having some differences when compared to the ideal cycle. So what are the differences and what are the losses that will be normally occurring in the actual Rankine cycle, we'll see today. And based on that, how to find out the Rankine efficiency, we'll see. So basically, we'll discuss about irreversibilities and losses in Rankine cycle. So this is the topic. So there are basically 4 types of losses. So what are those losses? We'll see one by one. One is the piping loss. What is the piping loss? Piping loss will be coming from the flow of the steam through various channels or circuits. So the steam has to go from boiler to the turbine, and then from turbine to condenser, and condenser to pump, and all those circuit is there. So in every pipe there will be some friction. There will be some friction. So there will be some friction loss, and because of friction, what happens? There will be pressure drop. What is meant by pressure drop? Pressure drop means, suppose at boiler you are maintaining some boiler pressure. That means some 60 bar or 50 bar or whatever it is. But by the time the steam goes into the turbine, this is the entry point of the turbine. This is the entry point of the turbine. So you are assuming that this is some 60 bar. So whatever boiler pressure is there, this you are assuming that it will be maintained till the entry point of the turbine. But in the actual practice, it will not be so. If you are maintaining the 60 pressure at the boiler, by the time it goes to the turbine, it may be less than 60. That means 59 or 58, whatever it is. So there is some pressure drop. There is some pressure drop. So whatever losses are occurring because of the movement of the working fluid through the pipes is nothing but the piping losses. So basically, this is because of friction, which will be leading to pressure drop. This is the one issue. And another issue is, in the pipes, there will be some heat losses, because you cannot exactly maintain the complete 100% insulation. There will be some heat losses. So the friction loss and the heat loss, this will be contributing to the piping loss. And whatever steam is supposed to go to turbine is not going. So this is one important thing. That means you are expecting some amount of steam with some properties has to enter into the turbine, but it will not be so, because there will be some friction loss and there will be some heat loss. Because of friction means that is pressure drop, and these two things are contributing that a reduced steam energy. That means even though the steam is coming, the quantity may be same, but it will not be having the sufficient quality, that is the the expected amount of enthalpy and also the expected amount of pressure will not be there. So this is fundamentally the piping loss. What is the second one? Second one is turbine losses. Turbine losses. The turbine losses actually, what is the process? It should be ideally isentropic expansion. It is isentropic expansion in the ideal Rankine cycle. But it is not isentropic. Isentropic means that the Q is supposed to be 0. The Q is supposed to be 0. There is no heat transfer in the isentropic process. But in the actual turbine, there will be some heat losses. So therefore, there will be some Q is not equal to 0 in turbine expansion. Expansion of steam. Right? So there will be some heat loss. So because of this heat loss also, it will not be isentropic. The process will not be isentropic. So this is also contributing to some losses. If you can see these above figures, this is actually TS diagram. This is the TS diagram. And what is this one? This is HS diagram. This is temperature entropy and this is enthalpy entropy. So here this is the expansion process. This is the isentropic expansion, where you will be getting the turbine work. So if it is the isentropic process, this is supposed to be a vertical line. This is supposed to be a vertical line. But here you see, because the entropy will not be same during this process. The process is shifting following 1 to 2. Here 1, 1, 2s, 1, 2s represents isentropic process or ideal. Okay, so 1, 2s, s is the suffix of the isentropic process. So 1, 2s is supposed to be ideal, but instead of following 1, 2s, it is following 1, 2. So this is the actual process that will be happening in the turbine. So this is the, it is supposed to be this process, but actually this is happening. So what is the amount of heat at this point is the H2 here, the H2 is greater than H2S. That means the enthalpy at this point 2 is greater than the enthalpy of 2s. This point, enthalpy of this point is greater than enthalpy of 2s. That means there is a less amount of heat drop, less amount of enthalpy drop. So what does it mean? You can see here, this is the in the HS diagram also. In the HS diagram, the process is supposed to be ideal. That is 1, 2s is the process, isentropic process, but it is happening like this. So if you see, this one, this is H2, this is H2. This is supposed to be H2. That means that this is the H2 process, right? I will show you once again. Just let me. So this is the HS diagram. In this diagram, you can see I am writing in different colors now for clear understanding. This is H2S. This is H2S. And what is this one? This is H2. So the H2 will be greater than H2S. What does it mean? Initially, ideally, this is supposed to be the enthalpy drop. This is supposed to be the enthalpy drop. But only this is happening. This is the actual enthalpy drop. This is actual enthalpy drop. So this is what is happening. That means the turbine has to generate this much work, 1 to 2s. The turbine has to generate 1 to 2s, this much amount of work it is supposed to generate, but it is able to generate only this one. Actual enthalpy drop is nothing but this is H2, H1 minus H2. So there is a difference between this quantity and this quantity. This quantity 1 2s is greater than 1 2. That means it is the turbine is supposed to generate this much of work, but it is only generating this much work. So this is the problem. So this is the problem. So in the turbine, there will be some loss. What are the loss here? The loss is basically because there will be some heat loss. It is supposed to be 0, but it is not equal to 0. Due to this, the turbine work is less than expected in ideal cycle. So the turbine work is less than the expected turbine work as in ideal cycle. So this is the another loss. So how do we account this particular thing? Actually, this is defined by one term called isentropic efficiency of the turbine. Okay, the efficiency of turbine. This is the given by H1 minus H2. Watch carefully. This one, H1 minus H2 divided by H1 minus H2S. So this is the isentropic efficiency of the turbine. So this quantity is more, obviously this is efficiency, means it should be less than 1. So this is the actual work output of the turbine and this is the theoretical output or ideal work output. So actual work is always less than the theoretical work output or ideal work output. So this is given by isentropic efficiency of the turbine. What is this term? This is isentropic efficiency of turbine. Okay, so this is another loss. What is the other one? The other one is pumping loss. You see here now, similar to the turbine, there is a issue with pump also. There is issue with pump also. So there is some loss in the pump work also. Pump work loss means actually the thing is, suppose you want to compressor. What is this one? This is the condenser pressure and this is the boiler pressure. This is the condenser pressure. This is P2 and this is P1. This is boiler and this is condenser. So the condenser pressure and boiler pressure. So in this process, what we are doing, we are increasing the pressure of the fluid. This is the saturated fluid. At the end of the condensation, this is the TS diagram point and this is the HS diagram point. At the end of the condensation process, we are supposed to get 100% liquid at a lower pressure. So that liquid has to be pumped to the boiler pressure. This is actually condenser pressure is less than atmospheric pressure. It will be less than atmospheric pressure. In the condenser, a subatomic pressure will be subatmospheric pressure will be maintained. That means it's like a vacuum, right? And but a boiler means there will be very high pressure, 50 bar, 60 bar, 100 bar, like that it will be there. So the pump has to increase the pressure of the liquid from this P2 to P1. So for that we need to do the pump work. We need to do the apply the pump work. Now, if it is the isentropic process, this is the difference of the pump work. That means H4S minus H3. This is the ideal pump work that we are supposed to supply. But due to the losses, what is happening? Because in the pump also there will be some friction losses, and also there will be some exchange of heat. That means here in the isentropic process, Q is supposed to be 0 again, but what is happening? Some heat is getting added there. So if the heat is getting added means it has to do, the pump has to do more work to compress the liquid, right? So this H4 minus H3 is the actual work that pump is doing, but H4S minus H3 is the ideal work that pump is supposed to do. So therefore, the ratio of these two things is defined by, again, one more term like isentropic efficiency of turbine. There is one more term is called, that is isentropic efficiency of pump. So that what is the third one? Pumping losses. Why it is happening? Again, because the process, actual process is not isentropic, and there is some heat loss is there. Q is not equal to 0. Okay, that means there is some heat losses, and there will be some friction losses, and all those things will be contributing to irreversibility or losses in the pump work. So therefore, actual work to be supplied to pump is H4 minus H3. See here, this is the actual work. This is the actual work that we are supplying to pump, right? But this is the isentropic work. So isentropic work that we are supplying is always less than the actual work. I am supposed to do only this much work for compressing, but I am doing extra work. That is H4 minus H3. So therefore, this is the actual work to be supplied. But what is the isentropic work? This is equal to H4S minus H3. So therefore, there will be one more term called the isentropic efficiency of pump. Which one is greater? This one or this one? This is the actual work. This is greater than this one. This is greater than this one. Okay. So remember properly, when you are writing these equations, it is very, very important you have to properly put these values. So efficiency is always less than 1. That means the numerator will be having a smaller value than the denominator. So this is the isentropic work. So H4S minus H3, this is the isentropic work that we have to supply. But how much you are supplying? H4 minus H3. So this is the isentropic efficiency of the pump. Isentropic efficiency of pump, right? So this is the pumping losses. So what are the things we have covered? We have covered one is the piping loss. Piping loss is basically because of friction, and friction will lead to pressure drop. Pressure drop means whatever is the pressure expected from the boiler, the actual pressure will be less than that pressure at the entry of the turbine. And another one is the heat losses. So these two are contributing to piping loss. And the second one is the turbine loss. In the turbine loss, the turbine is supposed to do more work, but is only doing less work because of, again, there is some heat transfer taking place, because it is not an adiabatic process, but there is, in the adiabatic process or isentropic process, heat is supposed to be zero, heat transfer is supposed to be zero, but down some heat transfer is taking place. Q is not equal to zero means some heat transfer is taking place. Because of that, the actual work produced by turbine is less than the isentropic work. So that means efficiency of turbine is equal to H1 minus H2. This is the actual work that turbine is doing, but this is the theoretical work that it is supposed to do. So therefore, this is the isentropic efficiency of the turbine. And what is the other one? Other one is the pumping loss. Pumping loss it is also similar to the turbine loss only, but here the values are reversed. In the turbine, you can see the isentropic process value is coming in the denominator, but in the pump the isentropic enthalpy is coming in the numerator. Why this is? Because the actual work that we are supplying through the pump is greater than the required value as per isentropic work required. So we are supplying more work. This is the more work we are giving. This is the less work we are supposed to give if the process had been isentropic, right? So this is the isentropic efficiency of the pump, and this is the isentropic efficiency of turbine. And one more loss is there. So this is not very significant. The other one is actually the condenser loss. Condenser losses. What is the condenser here? What is the function of the condenser? The function of the condenser is, where is the condenser? Here. This is the condenser. This is the condenser. So here in the condenser, what is happening? The steam that is expanded through the turbine will be condensed to the liquid. So after expansion, the steam will be like a wet steam. Wet steam means there is some amount of gas and some amount of water vapor. So the amount of moisture is defined by this particular quantity. Okay, so that is defined by a particular quantity called actually the dryness fraction. The dryness fraction means if this quantity is equal to 0, that means it is completely dry. That means the steam is here. Okay, so this is the saturation gas point, as I already told you, right? So after expansion in the turbine, the steam will be having some amount of moisture, right? So it is a wet steam. But ideally, what is supposed to be there? The steam at this particular property, it is supposed to be there, but it is here because of the isentropic, non-isentropic nature of the turbine work, because of the losses in the turbine, right? Now, the condenser, the steam has to condense and it has to come to this point and completely convert into the liquid. This is the liquid point. But in the condenser, what type of pressure will be there? It is a subatmospheric pressure. That means the pressure in the condenser will be less than the atmospheric pressure, and that means there will be some partial vacuum. So if there is a vacuum, what is the possibility there? There is some chances of leakage from outside. There is some chances of leakage of air from outside, right? So because even if you take 100% care about all the joints and seals, everything, there will always be a chance of some leakages at some joints and some places. So we are trying to maintain a low pressure here, let us say some 0.1 bar, some low pressure want to maintain, but it would not be that 0.1 bar, it will be a little bit higher than that one because the external air is coming, there is leakages of air, leakage of air from joints. So here whatever pressure is required to be there, it is more than that, right? And also air, the presence of air will decrease the quality of the steam. It will affect the quality of steam. If air is mixed with again water, it will create some problems in the cycle. So therefore, the purpose of condenser will not be served if you don't take certain aspects. Okay. So first, there you have to use one air pump in order to remove the air from the condenser. And another thing is you have to maintain the required low pressure. You have to maintain the required low pressure. So for that again you have to do some work to remove of the air and maintain the pressure, maintain the required pressure or vacuum, right? So in the condenser, because of what is happening, leakage of air through joints, and another issue is, this is one issue, and another issue is the subatmosphere, the condenser pressure will not be maintained, or we can say a pressure higher than required condenser pressure will be occurring. Okay, so because of this, you need extra pump work, is required to remove air and maintain required condenser pressure. So this is the condenser loss. Yeah, typically this loss will be very small. So unless otherwise mentioned, this loss will not be considered. Actually, this is the taken as a negligible when compared to other losses. So therefore, unless otherwise mentioned, that this will not be considered. So, but basically we have to know what are the different types of losses, right? So therefore, now if you see what is the Rankine efficiency, efficiency of Rankine is nothing but WT minus WT divided by heat supplied, or Q in. So this WT will be coming from isentropic efficiency, and this also will be coming from isentropic efficiency of the pump. So this formula remains same, but the quantities are changing, where the WT you can write, suppose what is this one, and the efficiency of the turbine is equal to H1 minus H2 divided by H1 minus H2S, right? So you can write, this is the turbine work, this is the actual turbine work. So you can write WT is equal to efficiency of turbine into H1 minus H2 S. So this is the turbine work, and similarly WP is equal to efficiency of pump into H4s minus H3. Sorry, uh, what is the pump work? This is the work actually. This is the work we require. This is the work we require means this multiplied by this one. H4 minus H3. So if you substitute these quantities, you can get, if you substitute these two quantities, this is the turbine work and this is the pump work. Okay, if you substitute here, so efficiency of Rankine cycle, you can get the value. Heat supplied will be the same. Heat supplied will be, you can see here, heat supplied is this quantity. So here, this is the heat supply. This is after addition of heat, and this is the this is the heat supplied. See here, we have to take a, because this is the isentropic heat, but actually you are adding only this much heat. So here P H1 minus H4, that is same as per the our original formula. Heat supplied is equal to so WT minus WP divided by H1 minus H4. So these are the losses. What are the different losses here? One is the piping loss. Piping loss essentially because of the friction, and heat losses in the piping system, and the turbine losses. Turbine losses because of some transfer of heat from turbine to outside, because it will be at a higher temperature. Some heat will be lost to the surroundings, and the net heat that is supposed to be converted into work will be less than the ideal heat work. And the other one is the pumping loss. The pumping loss means it is essentially because of again the heat transfer that is taking place, and the pump is supposed to do more work than the required work. So that is the pumping loss. And the condenser loss. Condenser loss because of the pressure difference and air leakages. Okay, leakage of air, and a pressure higher than the required pressure is maintained in the condenser, and some extra pump work is required to balance these things. Again, the heat air has to be removed, and also the condenser pressure has to be maintained. So for that, some pump work is required. So all these things are contributing to the losses in the Rankine cycle, and you can calculate the turbine work and the pump work by using these formulas. If your efficiency is given, and these values you are finding from the steam tables. So from these things, you can easily calculate what is the turbine work. And similarly, if the efficiency of the pump is given, you can calculate, find out H4 and H3 from steam tables, and find out the pump work. And you can calculate the Rankine efficiency by taking these values. So this is how we have to find out Rankine efficiency, by considering the irreversibilities in the process and losses during the process. Okay, we will practice one problem based on this one in the another session.